You know, the one in the Orchard shopping centre? The cinema there? Film show there, in the afternoon and evenings. I know where the cinema is, Welton. I was born in these ends. There was this tiny percentage of a smile starting at the corners of Carmella's mouth. Mr. Mountjoy, my hairy maths teacher, would call it about 2%. At that moment, I rated my chances of going to the movies with Carmella McKenzie at less than 0.011%. By now, my back was really hurting from my pose. Can I take you to see a film? My legs turned to pasta as I waited for Carmella's answer. I started to sweat like a sumo wrestler in a sauna. My heart started to sprint like a Jamaican relay runner. Yeah, all right, she said. Call me to tell me what day, what time the film starts, and where to link. Yes, of course, I'll call you. Thanks so much. I haven't got your number. I need your number to call you, you know. Otherwise I can't call you. This is so wicked. Thanks so much for saying yes. She smiled. This time it was about 30%. My heart stopped vibrating inside my throat. I wiped the sweat from my forehead. My palm couldn't have been wetter if I dipped it in a lake during a monsoon. We swapped numbers. My brain was rushed with pictures. Sydney Harbour as the clock ticked to 12:01 a.m. on New Year's Day. The Olympics closing ceremony. The whole of Middle-earth bowing to 4 hobbits. Luke Skywalker, Han Solo and Chewbacca receiving their gongs from Princess Leia in Episode 4. I'd got over one of my worst fears and asked the girl out. But now, a day later, my phone had deleted itself. How am I going to link with Carmella and set a time for our date? It was the worst crisis I'd ever had in my life. Well, maybe not the worst. Dad leaving home for another woman might have topped it. I could still remember finding Mum in the early hours of the morning curled up in a corner of the kitchen. She'd been crying lakes. It had taken me the length of a Star Wars box set to persuade Mum to go to her bed. But I couldn't log on to my parents' issues right now. I had to use my Jedi powers to clear away Carmella's boy-blocking friends, step up to her and tell her my plans for our date. Chapter 2. School. As I headed out, Mum said that I should get home on time so that I didn't miss the breaking news she had to tell me. I wasn't really listening. After every 20 words that Mum said, I replied, all right, or okay. In between those words, I nodded. If I kept to that, she wouldn't pull me around to face her and ask, are you listening to me, Welton? It was one of those dumb questions that parents asked. I mean, I was never going to say no. I reached school, Monk's Orchard High, about 5 minutes before lessons started. I searched for Carmella. Couldn't find her. The peanuts I'd eaten earlier were causing my insides some grief, but there was no time to think about that before my first lesson. Maths. My maths teacher, Mr. Mountjoy, was simply the hairiest man in the history of the galaxy. He was like a walking jungle. One time he stopped to look at my work and pressed his hand on my exercise book. I swear there were fungi, toadstools, Amazonian bushes, apple orchards and banana leaves growing out of his skin. And the stench coming from his armpits wasn't exactly fresh. His nose hair was gross. I wouldn't be kidding if I said that Tarzan and his pet chimp could have swung on those things. I took a desk by the window that overlooked the playground. I glanced through the glass every now and again to see if Carmella might be arriving late. What would happen if she was sick and out of action for the coming week? Would our date still be on? Maybe she'd got ill on purpose. Maybe she'd had second thoughts, that must be it. After she said yes, she must have gone home and had a long think about the situation. I said yes to go to the movies with Welton Blake. Are you sick, Carmella? She would have asked herself. And now she couldn't come to school because the thought of it made her ill. I was trying to work out what B and D were and wondering what's the point of algebra when I glanced out the window again and spotted Carmella. She had this casual stride. Her hair was in a ponytail. Her caramel skin was glowing with pure niceness in the morning sun. She seemed to be happy about something. Without realising it, I was smiling. Man, she was the main reason why school was bearable.